Project number 3, Traffic Light by the Arduino Boiz. An Arduino traffic light mimics real traffic light using red, yellow, and green LEDs. It controls the light's timing and sequence like stop and go signals and can be triggered by a button. It's a simple project to learn electronics and coding. Here's the required component. First, DFR Arduino, 13 jumper cables, 5 LED, 6 resistor, and 1 push button. And here how you assemble the traffic light in Arduino. First, insert the LEDs. Place the red LED on the breadboard. Place the yellow LED next to the red one. Place the green LED next to the yellow one. Place the extra LED 1 and extra LED 2 somewhere separate. Remember, LEDs have 2 legs. The longer leg is positive and should be connected to a resistor. The shorter leg is the negative and should go to GND. Next, connect a resistor to each positive leg of the 5 LEDs. Resistor limit the current going through the LED, protecting them. Next, use jumper wire to connect the positive leg of each LED through the resistor to a specific digital pin on the Arduino. Red LED to pin 12, yellow LED to pin 11, green LED to pin 10, extra LED 1 to pin 8, extra LED 2 to pin 7. Connect the negative leg of each LED directly to the GND rail on the breadboard. Then use a jumper wire to connect that rail to one of the GND pins on the Arduino. Insert the push button on the breadboard. Push buttons have 4 legs, but we only need 2 diagonal legs. The button will close the circuit when pressed. Connect one leg of the button to pin 9 on the Arduino. Connect other leg of the button to the ground of the Arduino. Use a pull-down resistor, typically 10K, to avoid post-triggered. Connect a resistor between pin 9 and ground. Next, power the Arduino by connecting it to your computer via USB or using separate power supplies. Double check the wiring. Ensure the LED legs, resistor, and buttons are correctly connected. Red light, yellow light, green light. These pins 12, 11, 10 are connected to the LEDs representing the red, yellow, green traffic lights. Extra 1, extra light 2. These pins 8, 7 control additional LEDs which may serve as indicators or decorative lights. Bottom pin. This pin 9 is connected to a button that controls whether the light should operate. Button state. A variable store whether the button is pressed, high or low. Next, the function. Pin mode. Sets the traffic light and extra LED pin as output so they can light up and the button pin as an input to detect if it's pressed. Serial begin 9600. Initialize serial's communication for debugging purpose through it's not used in the rest of the codes. Next, the loop function. Bottom state digital read button pin. This reads whether the button is pressed high or not low. And then if button state. If the button is pressed, the traffic light sequence starts. Traffic light sequence, red light. When the button is pressed, the red light turns on first along with the first extra light. Extra light 1 is both stay on for 5 seconds, delay 5000. Green light, after the red lights turn off, the green light turns on, along with the second extra light 2 for another 5 seconds. Yellow light, finally the green light turns off, the yellow light turns on, and both extra light are turned off. This state lasts for 2 seconds. The sequence ends and resets looping again when the button is pressed. If the button is not pressed, else is all lights are turned